So we are officially one day, I'd say about like maybe give or take 12, maybe 13 hours away from the first training camp for the fans to show up. The public's going to go wild. And before we get into that, I just want to say I wanted to bring somebody on today that knows everything about being a fan. So you ask, what's the difference between being a fan and becoming the face of the fan base? Today, our guest didn't just support the Washington Commanders, he helped build one of the most passionate communities in the NFL. As the 2025 Washington Commanders Fan of the Year, he's become the symbol of the burgundy and gold pride. So, without further ado, let's get straight to it.
What's up, this man? Check out Uncle Ben. Anytime you get a chance. Hey, off the bench, it's 89. Check it out.
What up? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy Big Herb, and welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. We are on the road to 1,000 subs. So before we get any further, do your boy a solid. Hit that like, hit the comment section, hit the bell notification so you can be abreast of what's next, and be sure to subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to bring somebody to the stage right now. As I get into my fandom, I've been a fan of this team. Really followed this. I've been a fan since birth, but I've been following, like legit following this team since like 97. So I guess you could say I'm almost 30 years in of this fan base thing. But this guy right here, man, we just gotta go. Without further, we're just gonna get straight to it. So this guy right here, he hasn't missed the Commanders game since 2014. He's gone from stadiums such as Northwest Stadium to SoFi to Wembley Stadium, Madrid, Spain, and back again. Washington Commanders 2025 NFL Fan of the Year. You can find him in the end zone with that big ass W and always repping that flag. He tells you to rep it hard or don't rep it at all. His mama named him Stephen Boyd, but he's the Commanders fan, so we call him Rally Cap. Whoa, oh damn, all right, here we go. Rally Cap, what's good, man? How's it going, sir?
Hey, man, first off, thank you for having me on your show. I greatly appreciate it. It's an honor to be here. And for those who don't know me, yes, Rally Captain is my name. My mama name is Steven, as he said, but if you call me Steven, I won't answer. I just won't. She's the only one that gets that answer from me. So everybody else, I'll keep walking until you call me Rally Captain, the Cap or Rally or something to that effect. I know you called on me.
So it's been a pleasure just having you on. It's a pleasure having you on today. I've been watching you over the years, man. It's like I said in the intro, man. We always see that big W. We always see that big huge sign where every single stadium that you've been to, man. I just hope to grow up and be like you one day, bro. Like for real, it's always a pleasure.
I tell people who don't grow up to be like me, be better than me, man. That's what I strive for, and the mere fact that I have people who look up to me, man, it means a lot. I never really knew that people looked up to me until so many people came out of the woodwork and said, man, can I get your autograph? Or, I look for you every Sunday and you remind me of Chief Z and things of that nature. And when people say that, I always say, well, I greatly appreciate you mentioning me in the same breath as Chief Z, but there's only one Chief Z. There's only one Chief. Exactly. So, but I'm happy to be mentioned in the same breath as him, man, because it means a lot.
Most definitely. Just looking in the comment section real quick. Shout out to the homie Pro Tech. Give him a follow if you haven't been doing this thus far. Tone says, my dog Herb also says, get Brody to 1K, stop tweaking. And he also says a shout out, what up, Rally Cat? So
what's going on with you?
So one thing that we just gonna get straight into it and everything. So I gotta ask, man, that we 2 days in. Obviously the break was today for the Commanders for training camp, but the
Hmm.
first 2 days have been going on pretty. The defense been showing its tail as of late. Just showing that this confusion defense that I like to call it. Deronte Jones has been putting out has the whole entire offense in the state of like, what the hell are we doing here? You got uh, linemen going into coverage. You got linebackers blitzing. You got safeties roaming the field and everything. Cornerbacks making plays. We
Hmm.
really wasn't even sure how they was going to turn out this year. So I got to ask you, man, what's the one thing that you've been that surprised you with the training camps thus far? 2 days in.
Well, like you, I follow training camp, and right now, I really don't have anything that is going to stand out per se because
Mm,
right now it's a new offense, and when it comes with out having pads, the
mm,
defense will always be in front of the offense. That's just how it is, man.
mm.
Until
Yeah.
they can get leveled up and put the pads on and go smash mouth football on each other. But until then, the defense is always going to show out. But once the pads come on and you can truly block somebody the way that you're supposed to and go that route, then we'll see how it looks. So, but I'm just excited. It's a new football season. If you can
Mm.
see this shirt, it's got 2024 on. We're trying to get back to 2024, and so it started a couple days ago, and obviously tomorrow all the fans will be there to see them shine the way that we know they can. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And I guess what I want our it's people have been beating it with a bat, but that receiver core, man,
Yeah.
realistically, what's going to happen with the receiving core? And so that's where my eyes will be. I'm not necessarily worried about the defense right now because, like I said, they don't have any pads on. But that offense is what are we seeing in these first couple of days? And like you said, there seemed to be some type of confusion in
Mm.
but it's to be expected though. They just getting
Yeah.
the playbook basically, or they've had it for a while, but they're just now
Mm.
actually being able to put it together with the drills that they got going on. So what about you, man?
Mhm.
What are you looking for?
Oh man, well, like you said, I am looking forward to the receiver core because I want to see how Luke is going to do this year. I actually think Luke could probably be the breakout player for this receiving core. I think that obviously Terry's going to be Terry. Chiggy at tight end as a receiver, he's going to
Hmm.
be probably our number two. I think as far as like the actual person, what's the name, the kid Williams just coming in, I think he's really going to take the number two wide receiver. But I'm intrigued to see what Lukey's gonna do this year. So I mean,
Okay.
and also the cornerback situation because I mean I know we got those dogs running at the on the defensive line just getting to the quarterback. It's only a matter of time that the corners and safeties are just gonna feast on this. Because I mean, you look at some of the best pass rushings that's been going out throughout the years. You could put my big ass back there and I'll flourish as long as that pass rush is good.
You,
I'm
you
just
saying
intrigued.
you saying you're gonna be able to eat? Let me find out. Let me find out.
Exactly. But looking at the comments real quick, shout out to Bloodshot Sport. He said, I'm looking for Diggs. What up, Cat? And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk. Possibly Stephon Diggs could come back home. And I mean, I'm a Terp, so I mean, I've always root for him wherever he goes. But it'll be
Hmm.
lovely to see Stephon Diggs come back. What do you think about that, Cat?
Well, I think that if he does come back, it'll be after camp. I
Mm,
mean, we listen to all the talk shows and know what the pundits say,
mm.
and we know that those guys have no love for 2 days. So I feel that if it does happen, it'll be after camp, and if he'll be able to get his feet wet then. But we'll see. Maybe they see something that we don't see also in camp. We only are around these guys for about 2 hours, basically.
Mhm.
Actually, what half hour to a half hour
Give
to
or
two
take.
hours, we give or
Yeah.
take exactly. But those guys are with them around the clock, and they are analyzing that tape of what they're seeing so far. And I always say the only way that an unknown can become a known is what he puts on tape. And so I think that maybe they have found that unknown to be able to become the known, just like Bill was.
No, most definitely. That's definitely somebody. And then just looking at how Bill because him in the weight room this year, man, that's somebody else to
Yeah,
look forward to.
he bulked up.
Yeah. Shout out to the homie Mike Robb. He said that would be a smart move. Fear the turtle, most definitely. And also shout out to Mike. Not only is he my supervisor, he is my son's godfather. So salute to the homie.
All
So,
right, Mike.
but Cap, man, I mean, first things first, you gonna be there tomorrow, correct?
Of course, I will be there, sir.
My man.
I cannot miss the opening day unless I'm on my deathbed or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly, dog. 'Cause, like I said, I mean, you ain't missed the game since 2014. So I mean, you gotta keep the streak alive.
Right, home and away.
Exactly.
You always got to say that because some people say, "Oh, I've been to home games since 2014." I said, no, "Home and away." Yes, right. That's right.
No, but I got to give a shout out to my homie Terrell because he was the one who actually introduced me to you. This is years ago. I want to say this is probably like 2012. I think you were starting to go ahead and get into like trying to get your company up, trying to do the travel and everything. I think I met you on your birthday. It was like at one of those Fridays or something like that and everything. I was like, oh, that's Rally Cap. Yeah. So, but no, it's definitely a pleasure meeting you then, and then just meeting you because I've been to New Orleans and the year before in 24 when you hosted one of those parties, and then you hosted last year in Atlanta because that was the first time I've been to Atlanta, and then my boys was down there. Man, we had a ball. As you can see in the intro, that was the party you put together, and so
yeah,
but
man, yeah. I love throwing rallies, and I'm happy that the team basically gave it back to me to be able to do,
exactly.
Because the team, what was it, 2 years? Well, last year, I sent on my podcast, the mess hall, DMV mess hall. I put out that, hey, I'm not going to be able to do rallies anymore. I can't afford to pay for it by myself. And everybody was like, wait a minute, you've been paying for these rallies all by yourself. And I said,
exactly.
I said, yeah, to keep everything going. Because at one point in time, under the Larry Michael regime, the Redskin regime, they had the rallies at every city. And so
exactly,
with me going to all these cities, I saw what the fan base wanted and needed at these away locations. And so I said to them, hey, will you guys be doing it? And they said no. And I said, well, respectfully, do you mind if I do it? Because I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Exactly.
And so they said, yeah, go ahead and do it. And so I said, all right. But then last year, man, I said, hey, look, guys, I can't afford it because these venues, would charge.
They expensive. I remember the New Orleans one, and it was jam packed.
Right.
I mean, it was also like walking through here like this just to get through.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I said, hey, I can't afford to do this because I was paying out of my own pocket just to keep the fans together. And so once the new ownership came on board and they were able to set up a couple meetings here and there.
Hawks.
Yep. And they were like, what? We had no clue. And so we're gonna work with you and figure out what we need to do to get this thing taken care of. And so they listened. And so now, hey, it truly is the Rally Captains Rally, So
most definitely.
I greatly appreciate it.
Shout out to Harris ownership group, man, because that's
definitely
because that definitely wouldn't have happened under Snyder era. It's not, but so shout out to them for that. But I guess let's get into this like real talk. Let's get into this interview real quick. So for the people who don't know your story, who is Rally Captain?
So military brat, military myself, moved around and wound up in Atlanta and at a younger age, and my dad was stationed in Atlanta, and I became a Redskins fan when Doug Williams won the Super Bowl. I'm originally from St. Louis, so I was a St. Louis Cardinals fan back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm old school, with Jim Hart, O.J. Anderson, Otis Anderson, and things of that nature. But so we went to a party. Real short story, real quick. We went to a party and Super Bowl party, and the brother that hosted the party said that there's no way that another brother could win a Super Bowl, and he was hating on Doug basically, like so many of us did, so many people hate. No black man can't win. Blonde hair, blue eyed, got it. We had that negativity, and so he wound up winning. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna follow this team, and I've been a fan ever since, man.
Yeah,
ever since. Yep.
So I mean, and that's basically how you became a, Redskins football team Commander fan, whichever one you want to call it.
Right.
My dad still calls them the Redskins, and I mean he calls them Commanders too, but just still like.
Yeah.
But do you remember your very first game and what stands out about it that day?
My first game. So my first game was in St. Louis, but
Mm.
I'm not gonna worry about that at Busch Stadium.
Well, your very first Redskin game.
There you go. My
Yeah,
first game, I decided to go to New Orleans in 2012. That was my first game.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first game. I
Mm.
couldn't afford to go before. I wasn't in a position to go. And then, as I started making a little bit of paper, I was like, you know what? I'm going to this game. And so to see RG3 win in New Orleans his rookie game, that really just made me just say, man, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I am hooked. And so but I just will watch him on TV, but that first game in New Orleans really just, man, that did it for me, man.
Yeah, because I remember my first game. It was 97. We took on the Detroit Lions. Barry Sanders, the year that he won, he had 2,000 yards. I still have the ticket to this day. I don't know where I put it, but I have it. And that was the opening year that they opened the stadium, and I never forget it. Not just because we beat the hell out of them 30-7. I never forget how high we were in the stands. You could literally see God's toenail from where we were standing. So it was just like, yeah, you could see the monument. You could see the Southeast DC from where we were sitting. I was like, yeah, we got to move down. I don't care. So, yeah. And my dad was scared of heights and everything as well. So he was like, yeah, we're not doing this. But I got to ask you, man. So what went through your mind when you found out that you were the 2025 Washington Commanders Fan of the Year?
I was shocked. I had no clue. You do the things that you do, not to be praised for it, but just because you have a love to do it. And that's been me. I had a love to do it, and the things that I've done throughout the fan base. And so when they said, hey, they want to basically give you an on-air interview. And as you know, I've done plenty of on-air interviews. And so
yeah, I remember Fox bought the whole entire NFC East thing, and they had you right outside the stadium.
Yeah. So I've done plenty of interviews. And so I'm thinking that this is just another interview, a pregame interview. And all of a sudden they called me up and said, hey, you're the fan of the year. Man, it brought a tear to my eye, man, because because for so many years, people have said, you should have won Fan of the Year. And I'm like, well, if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. And they say, well, we don't even know who these people are, that type of thing. And I said, well, hey, look, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And so this year, 2025 was my year for it to be. And so I greatly appreciate everybody that voted for me and everybody who vouched for me and said, no, no matter what, it needs to go to him this year. So I greatly appreciate it. But I was shocked. I was surprised. And like I said, it brought a tear to my eye, man. And to be able to be recognized on that platform and to be able to be honored to go to the Super Bowl, for the team. So, yeah.
No, because I look at you and I know Road Warrior personally, because we went to PG Community College with each other. And I mean, just seeing the both of y'all pretty much where Chief Z left off, you guys took the baton and just ran with it. And I mean, just seeing y'all every single place that has like, hey, if the Commanders if the Redskins gonna be there, they gonna be there. If the football team's gonna be there, y'all gonna be there. If the Commanders gonna be there, you definitely gonna be there. So, and I mean, and that's just I mean, shout out to the fact that you saving up just to go to these games. I mean, that's something in itself. And I mean, we're gonna get into something like not digging in your pocket, but we're gonna talk about the new stadium and everything eventually. But no, just one of the things I did want to ask you. So you've been pretty much every single stadium in the league,
except Pittsburgh.
Wow. It's like, okay, that's because that's definitely something I wanted to cross off the list. So every single stadium in the league except Pittsburgh. What's your favorite and the least favorite?
Well, I'm gonna start with the least first,
Uh,
Philadelphia. But guess what? That first game of the season, I'm gonna be there. And truthfully, the stadium is okay. It's the
it's not
it's
bad.
yeah, it's the fans. And if you've been to Philly, you know
Mhm.
that I mean they'll even the kids will get up and cuss you out, you know. And
Oh
so
yeah, no, yeah.
they have
No,
no cut card, and so
mm-mm.
it's like, dang, y'all won and y'all still acting like this.
Oh yeah.
So you know that's it, you know, and they know it, and they're proud of it, and so
Mm-hmm.
that's my least favorite stadium. Just the fans, you
Mm-hmm.
know, if the fans would act halfway decent, it wouldn't be a problem. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just right up the road, you know what I mean? It's just a hop, skip, and a
exactly.
jump. So,
Mm.
uh,
Yeah,
believe it or not,
because Philly definitely, because I went in '05 when they went to the
hmm
when they had to win that game to get to playoffs. Matter of
hmm
fact, that was Clinton Porter's mom punching the fan that game. So I was at that game. So yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah. Believe it or not, man, one of my favorite stadiums is AT&T, man.
Mm.
It really is. You know, I have no love for the Cowboys, but I believe in
Obviously.
giving credit where credit is due. And
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Jones got his man when he made that stadium, man. You know, he just did.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say that I like Minnesota's stadium. The newer stadiums is what I really do like. The fact
Mm-hmm.
that they put all
Like
that
so
thought
far.
into the architecture. Exactly. SoFi is
Mm-hmm.
is an awesome stadium. And believe it or not, one of the stadiums that I really do like, even though it's an older stadium, is the Superdome. The
Oh
Superdome has
man. Oh, it's
the Superdome has
beautiful.
been around for so long,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't know it's a national monument, so they can't change the outside. But it
Oh, okay.
seems like every couple years they give the inside a refresh to where they keep it up and popping, man. And that's what I like about the Superdome, and it's a
Uh,
loud stadium, man.
I'm gonna tell you because when I went to that game in '24, and first things first, because I mean, like I've been to the FedEx so many times. Well,
hmm
I call it FedEx, but
Yeah,
Northwest so many
yeah.
times, and then just to see like, because I was sitting in the 100 section, but where the I guess you could say where the handicap area is, because my uncle can't really move around like that.
hmm
But to go ahead and get up, walk to the concession stand, and be back before the timeout is over, I was like, we got to get this for our stadium, because I mean, just go. I literally, they said timeout. I said, I'm going there. It felt like going to the kitchen, picking up a beer, and coming right back.
Yeah,
And I mean, I
exactly.
was just like, wow. Like New Orleans was dope.
Yeah,
Atlanta, I thought was beautiful. And I
definitely.
mean, and first things first, just it was so black ass. Like, I mean, to see like this, because usually, and I mean, and by all means, I'm not trying to dig into race or anything. Usually, when you go to a stadium or anything, it's usually about like, I'd say 60-40 whites versus black or anything like that. And to see a lot, you don't see a lot of black people really having season tickets in the 100 section every single time. And like, wow, like it was the black experience was amazing down in Atlanta. So I have to give them credit where it's due, because I mean, you playing trap music and at halftime, and then you're doing breast cancer awareness also. And I was like, man, if it wasn't for the fact that we was getting our ass kicked, I actually had a good time here. So, yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta's dope. That Mercedes-Benz Stadium is nice, man. And the
Mhm.
fact that everything is pretty much walkable. You know, the
Yeah.
hotels are right there, walkable downtown. I mean,
Mhm.
and New Orleans is the same
New
way. You know,
Orleans is what? Yeah.
yeah, it's the same way. I mean, you know, a 10-minute walk and bam, you're right there at the stadium, depending on where you're staying. So yeah, a big shout out goes to the
Mm,
architects of the Atlanta, and once they open that doggone stadium up, man, it's a beautiful
man,
sight, man.
look here. But before we go into any further, we gotta pay some bills real quick. So shout out to W. If I could just pull this now, this thing don't want to act. This want to act up. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and try this again real quick. But W can wait. Uh, all right. So here's the next question I got for you.
hmm
What was your favorite road trip memory?
Favorite road trip memory was, I gotta say, Jaden's coming out game against the Bengals.
Oh,
That
okay.
that was one of one of my favorites. I mean, I got so many of them, but 2012, obviously, with RG in New Orleans as well as in Dallas, because the song back when we beat Dallas was well, it was Lil Wayne, and he was saying, what was this? Oh my God, I was singing this song and now it slips my mind. But excuse me. I think I ain't got no worries. I think I ain't got no worries. I believe, and I would just kept saying that song, and everybody got so mad at me. They basically told me you can't never come back, and I said, well, I'll see you next year because
Exactly.
But yeah, and Jaden's his game against the Bengals because everybody was still, even though we knew what we had in him, or we could see it. How about that? We could see what we had in him. But that game solidified. We like, oh wow, this young man is the truth. That pass to Terry in the end zone.
Man, that I don't get hyped about it. It almost was. I'd almost compare it to, and I'm not going to say it's the same. I'm just saying as far as just the moment was almost the same as Santana and Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think that we was going to really win. But it was like, nah, we gonna win this one, and not only are we gonna win, we're gonna solidify this victory. And seeing Jaden basically telling everybody in Cincy, like, nah, go home. You ain't welcome in your own house no more. And I was just like, I feel so good now. Like we actually got a quarter. It felt like we got one now. So and it was just amazing. But
it really was.
But I have to ask you, man. So, building this fan base community is something that you've been really prominent in. So you're known for being a big bringing the fans together. Why is that so important for you?
Well, when you have been to every game since 2014, home and away, I have witnessed, as long as with yourself, we've witnessed some very, very down times.
Yeah.
And because of that, I would always tell people, yeah, the team may not be doing well, but if you're a true fan, you stay with the team through thick and thin. I don't have a second team. Like you have some people that say, well, the Redskins is my first team, but my second team is Baltimore.
Yeah.
No, I don't have that. It's do or die. When they say you bleed burgundy and gold, I bleed burgundy and gold. That's just how it is. And so, but the thing about it is, and once again, I always tell people, before the Seahawks had a good squad, them Bama's was trash. The Patriots before Belichick really got there, they was trash. But all these teams have ebbs and flows, and so we witnessed a little bit of our ebb and flow in 24 in 2012. So we've been going up and down, if you will, that riding the wave, and it's just a matter of time before we can solidify. But getting back to what you asked me, I always would tell people we have to stay true. Even through the Dan Snyder era and all that type of stuff, I said we gotta stay who we are as far as fans are concerned. And people will say, man, you know what? I was ready to throw in the towel until I saw your fandom shit or your fandom hood or whatever you want to call it. I was ready to say no, but this brother's out here. You said, people said, man, you reinvigorated me to stay a fan.
You did, because I mean, there's been a lot. I had a saying at one point. I felt like the Commanders should be paying me to watch them the way that they've been playing for years. And I was just like, I really wake up on my off day to go and watch this team for a couple hours, and I know I'm going to be pissed off at the end of it. I got like a 30% chance of being happy, but I know there's a good chance they're going to just mess it up. But I mean, that's called fandom. I mean, you go ahead. You're a fanatic. Fan is short for fanatic. I mean, we're going to ride or die for this team no matter what. Hell, I started a podcast about this damn team 2 years ago, and I still rock with them. They're the same team I've been rocking with since I was a little kid. And it's forever going to be my team. So yeah, I totally agree with you. But one thing I did want to go ahead and ask you, because I remember seeing you and apologies to your co-host that at on the mess hall.
Tailgate
Um,
Ted.
Tailgate Ted. Yeah, that's Tailgate Ted. I remember you guys were talking about with the new stadium. And the one reason I definitely was like, I gotta ask Cap when he comes on here. The situation with this new stadium, although it looks tremendous, the blueprints look like
Mm-hmm.
the renderings look like it's gonna be amazing and everything. But I gotta ask, so with the situation with this whole entire stadium coming in, I know that they have, and I don't, and correct me if I'm wrong on the actual term for it, where you're buying the rights to the seats.
PSL,
What is that called? Yeah. What? So can you elaborate to the fans that don't know about that, who potentially want to be season ticket fans?
personal seat licenses.
Mm,
What happens is basically you have to buy, like for me, right? I'm a season ticket holder and I sit
mm,
in row one.
mm,
So I didn't have to buy my seat at FedEx Field or Northwest Stadium because the
mm,
stadium was already built. Somebody else paid that price before me. But if I wanted to have basically my same seat, I'd have to buy the PSL, and the
mm.
PSL, obviously depending on where you sit, is structured from low to high. So
Exactly.
if I want to continue to sit in, let's just in row one, um, the fee for me just to buy the rights to that seat are going to be through the roof,
Mm,
and that's just to buy the seat. That's not
yeah.
the season ticket price.
Exactly.
So that's going to be on top of that. And so what we talked about basically was, hey, listen, you guys know this is coming down the pipe. It's
Hmm.
inevitable. Put something in place now to where I can put a little something on it. I
Yeah.
can don't just hit me over the head and say, okay, ten
Exactly.
thousand dollars. Because
Exactly.
because
And
I
I
think it's
mean,
going to be upwards of
I
$10,000 per
wouldn't be
seat.
surprised. And I
Yeah,
mean, shoot, they footing a bill for what? They out of the
a
three
$1 billion
billion is
stadium.
that's like, yeah,
Yeah,
they footing a majority of the bill. So I mean, I know as a fan, it's like, damn, I can't afford 10 G's. But I mean, I look business wise, I can step back and look at it like, yeah, how you think this is gonna get paid? I mean,
hmm
of course, we're gonna bring Super Bowls, we're gonna bring national championships, we're gonna bring
everything,
WrestleManias,
everything. Yeah.
Olympics, and everything. Cool. This still has to get paid for. And I
hmm
mean, and that's the new way. I mean, not new. It's been going on for some years now. I know
Right.
Atlanta does it, Dallas does it. I'm
E-
pretty sure SoFi does it.
Every
Uh,
stadium does it.
exactly. So I mean, but it's something that you definitely have to look at in advance because I mean, I know me, I just wouldn't even if I was buying season tickets, I would just buy tickets on SeatGeek or whatever
hmm
uh
Whatever
ticket app
platform.
that you see.
hmm
And I
hmm
mean, and it's just something that we definitely have to look forward to as fans. Like, hey, this stadium is going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful. It's bringing back nostalgia because
Yeah,
it's RFK. But yeah, when they put those shaking seats in, how you think they're going to pay for it? So, so
exactly. And so I was saying that, of course, I'm going to try my best to stay a season ticket member.
mm,
And I know that they said they do have things in the works for
mhm,
season ticket members who want to try to become, have the PSL and everything like that. But my biggest thing is, once again, hey, give me 1,000 paper cuts than one bullet. And
mm,
so if I'm gonna die, give me the 1,000 paper cuts versus that one bullet, so that I
mhm,
can put something on it. It's no different than my travel agency. I don't ask for
mhm.
people to pay for that trip
Right up front.
right up
Yeah.
front. Yeah, you put a down payment on it and you make monthly payments on it. So
Mhm,
that's my biggest thing, and I'm trying to get into their ear to tell them, look, guys, you have a dedicated fan base who
yeah.
wants to patronize this team, whether they're good or bad. They just do. Now, obviously, if they're
Mhm,
bad, not as many people want to patronize them. But
yeah.
when they're good, people they will come out of the woodworks and pay their money.
Mhm,
Obviously, it's been shown. So make it easier for people
mhm.
to be able to put some money to the side. And I've had a lot of people, Twitter and, well, gee, if you just start putting money to the side by yourself, you'll be able to. Well, people don't work like that. They just
It don't.
they
Life
just
be
don't.
life.
Yeah, yeah, life
So,
be life, and you may think that you may want to, but if you actually see it, Then you can put it together. But just saying, oh, I'm gonna put this money to the side. No, it like you said, life be life, and it don't work that way. People need to be able to see the goal in front of them to say, all right, I can realistically, I can pay this $100 a month, whatever it is, you know what I mean? But if you don't see it in front of you, oh man, I'm gonna go do whatever, you know. And so,
I mean, I still got to pay for the trips that to Arizona, or I got to go to Tennessee, or I want to go to Jacksonville and everything and see those stadiums. And my thing is this: when you're not, it will be beneficial, especially you want to be loyal to the people who've been loyal to you for years. And what better than to tell like, hey, these PSLs is going to be in the woodworks in the future, especially because they've been saying like, hey, put your future down payments on tickets and such in 2030. Okay, well, we got 5 years to pay for these things. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, and correct me if I'm wrong, Cap, this isn't just like hey, we paying it one time and it's forever there. No, you got to pay for it every single year. So let's say if it is 10 G's, you got to pay.
I don't think it's that. I think I think once they come up with that price of let's just, like you said, we'll just use 10 G's. I think once you pay that 10 G's, that's the personal seat license. It's not yearly. So that seat will be $10,000 hypothetically. You know, I don't want everybody to say, well, they said $10,000. We're just using that as a hypothetical number. So once you pay that 10 G's, then you own that seat to be able to say, well, now do I want to be a season ticket holder? Because once again, that's on top of the 10 G
3,000s. Let's say if you put towards season tickets and then
right. Okay. So once you buy, once you buy the personal seat license for your seat, it's yours. But now you have to look at buying the season ticket, and I'm hoping that they can roll that into, you know, maybe a 5-year plan or whatever have you, so we can put something on it. And let's face it, you know what we call it, baby, balling with a budget. So
exactly.
we can ball out as long as I know what that budget is. So that's all I'm saying. Just help us help you is that's what it boils down to.
Exactly. Last 2 questions. So starting off, what's the one game that you're looking forward to this season to go to?
The first game against Philadelphia, smack them jokers right in the mouth, and let's get up out of there with a dub. That's what I'm looking forward to, man. I really am, because let's face it, everybody keeps saying, oh, you know, the Commanders got the 4th hardest schedule in the NFL, and you know what? When it comes down to it, that may be the case, but you still have to play the game. And if we can shut these jokers up and say we didn't see this coming, and truthfully, I do believe that. I really do view this as 2012. And I say that because nobody knew Shanahan's offense with RG3. So technically, no one truly knows what Blau's offense is in 2026. So that's how I'm looking at this, that yes, we do have a tough schedule, but you still got to play the game. We ain't gonna forfeit, and we're gonna put our best effort up. And we're coming into camp this year, I believe, stronger than last year. Last year, man, we had a lot of stuff was in the air, man. Whether it was Terry's contract, whether you know, it was some other things that was going on. It was just a lot of But this year
it was a lot of ill.
Yeah, exactly. So now, you know, we don't have that. And obviously you got the Brandon Ayuk issues or whatever have you, but I think that's pretty much died down. The only thing that I guess really is at this juncture that's really kind of giving us a side eye is the 2 quick injuries that we just had with Burke and Allegretti. You know, those are the things that are kind of making people say, and also what we talked about in the beginning of the show, the receiver room, you know, who's going to be that person that's going to be able to step up, because right now we kind of on edge a little bit. You know, we low key on edge. So I'm trying to hold it down until they put the pads on and I can say, all right, yeah, I see what the vision that they have.
Exactly. And I guess the last question, a selfish question for me, because like I said, I'm going to Arizona. So you gotta tell me, man, what we looking forward to in Arizona, because I don't know what the hell is out there other than the Grand Canyon. I mean, and I know you've been out there before, so I'm looking for things to do. Obviously, I'm going to be at the party, but what exactly is in Arizona other than the Cardinals, Suns, and
I'm gonna
Diamondbacks?
I'm gonna tell you this. If you like some good soul food, you got Lolo's
Okay.
Lolo's is the spot to go, baby. Chicken and waffles, man. I mean,
Okay.
oh, yes, sir, yes, sir. And they have a nice little vibe out there, man. Some nice clubs. So,
Okay.
I would say, one of the places that a lot of people who don't really know, but one
Mhm.
place that you could go to is probably about a good 45 to 50 minutes away, maybe an hour away, is
Mhm.
Sedona. Sedona,
Okay.
Arizona, man, is a nice spot, man. It's a
Mhm.
nice chill spot. You know, Tom McCain, the late senator, he was
Mhm.
from Sedona.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, man, I don't really want to go to what's really out there. But it's just a chill
It's a
vibe,
vibe out
bro.
there. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
man.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I definitely gotta put that in the no section. So,
Yeah, yeah, and
but
and 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 when you drive into Sedona, get off road and stand next to one of those big cactuses. I think they call them seguros. I think is what they call them, because I
uh,
took a picture with one, and I always, I saw tumbleweed. I never thought I'd see that. I saw tumbleweed,
yeah.
but in the movies, you see the cactus or whatever having, and they may be the same size as you, whatever. No,
Mm,
these joints, man, they almost like 20 feet, 25 feet tall, man.
wow.
Yeah. So seguros, I believe what they call it. And so
Okay.
just the fact that I saw that and was looking up at the cactus, and I couldn't even touch the top of it. It
Wow.
was so tall, man. So
Wow.
it's a beautiful thing, man. Get out and just, I tell people, people, and I'm gonna leave you with this. People always say, "Man, I can't believe you spent your money to see this team lose." And I say, "Well, that is the reason why you lose." And they say,
Mm,
"What?" And I say, "Yeah." I said, "Here's the thing. Going to an away game, yes, you want to see the team win. You want to
hmm.
see them win, but
Yep.
nobody can ever take away the people that you met,
Hmm.
the travel experience that you had,
Yep.
the food that you ate,
Yep.
and truthfully, I consider it, what I consider is eating cake without the icing. And as
Mm.
we know, sometimes cake is better without
Without
icing.
it. Mm.
So the
No, because
win,
it,
the win is icing on the cake. But if we
mhm.
lose, sometimes the cake is better
No,
without the
no.
icing.
I'll tell you this. I've been on both sides when I went to New Orleans and on Atlanta last year. I
Hmm.
was on the winning side of New Orleans because it was great. After we got the win, I went down Bourbon Street, got me a hand grenade, enjoyed myself. But then
Hmm.
also, when I went to Atlanta and we lost, I was like, well, Waffle House is over there. I got what's the name? We ain't even gonna talk about right across the street from Phillips Center. If you know, you know.
That's right.
So,
There's a little magic going on over there,
exactly.
and I don't
So
mean Irvin either.
exactly. So we ain't talking about what's the name, Penn and Teller, when we talking about magic over there. So no, and then you got the College Football Hall of Fame. I mean, and everything
Right.
was just down at like the Coca-Cola Museum. So it was like, yeah, we may have lost, but I had a ball. So I mean, and that's the one thing. When I brought you on here today, I definitely wanted fans to look at it from this perspective as, yes, we talking about the Commanders. Tomorrow we're gonna all get together again as a family, going watch the training camp. But also we got some things to look forward to during the season as the fans. We get to go ahead to different go to the stadium, rock it until they move to DC. But we also get to go to different events with the team, going to different games and everything. Like going to see the playoff run that we went to. Nobody expected us to even be there. So the fact that we were able to go from Tampa to Detroit and then go to Philly. So I mean, it was just, those are the experiences that you will always want to just be a part of. So,
Definitely.
that's what, and I appreciate you coming on today, Rally Cat. So before we go, please tell the people where they could find you, man.
You can find me on Instagram, rally_captain, or just type in rally captain and all my socials will pop up. And also, if you're thinking about going to an away game with like-minded people, look up my company, sbevents.net. And like I said, I got easy payment plans. I got vacancies. Do yourself a favor and come on one of these trips. it'll change your life. What did Stan say to Martin? Changed my life.
Like,
And once you get a taste of that road, and you can admit
I'm
to this,
telling you,
once
man.
you get a taste of that road, you like, man, I never knew these jokers had this much fun on the
Look, man.
road.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all never been to one of Rally Cap's events, man, New Orleans, fire. Atlanta had a ball. I mean, and even if you, like I said earlier, if you look at the drop in the beginning of my videos, that was at Rally Cap's party. We had a ball, man. I had an amazing time. Got to see some friends from back home that I didn't even know they made the trip. You get to meet new people. Hell, I got to interview Santana Moss, which was one of my favorite players growing up. B. Mitch, I got to chill with him for a second. JD5's mom popped up on us and everything, and that was dope, man. So it's always something to look forward to.
Well, let me say this before one more thing. Excuse me for interrupting you.
Go ahead.
If anybody is coming to London, you heard him say about the party. Well, I'm throwing one of the biggest parties that the Commanders fans could ever have in London. Right now, I got about 400 people that's going to be on this party boat, and so I still have tickets available. It comes with drinks. It comes with food. You know, y'all not gonna be ready for this. It's gonna be one of them things where people say, "Why didn't I go to this?" Because once you see the videos and you see the pictures and you see everything that's involved, trust and believe, you're gonna say, "Why didn't I go to this?" So now you know. If you didn't know, now you know that. Hey, look up Rally Captain, look up London, the Jersey party in London. That's all I'm gonna say. You've been warned.
Well, yeah. Before we go further, just going to put this out here real quick. We have for those who don't know, we have a jersey giveaway for the channel. Once we hit 1,000 subs and we go ahead and you're following on IG and Twitter, because I refuse to call it X, you will be locked in for a jersey being chosen for to receive a free jersey courtesy of Off the Bench once we hit 1,000 subscribers. Also, shout out to the Commander Kings. They have their annual toast of the season coming up on August 23rd, taking place in Hook Hall. That's in DC, 3400 Georgia Avenue, Northwest DC. Tickets are on sale as we speak. Today is the last day that you can get them for $60, because once tomorrow starts, it's going up to $75. And I'm telling you, if you've seen if you look at my video from last year, we had a ball. They had the live, they got the live DJ, vendors. They got the fans photo zone. They got trivia, raffles, and more. They got the cocktails, signature cocktails that's going to be popping up throughout the night. And I'm telling you, go. Just don't even think about it. Just go. It's an amazing event. Yeah, no, I will. So most definitely, because what's the name? Today's the last day for paying 60. It goes up to 75 tomorrow. Rio will be at training camp tomorrow. I'm not sure if Ed's gonna make it, but I know there's gonna be a plethora of different content creators who are gonna be there at training camp tomorrow, and will be at this annual toast of the season. So be on the lookout. We out here. We outside, y'all. There ain't nothing else to talk about. But yeah, most definitely, man. I gotta say, Rally Cap, it's been a pleasure, an honor for you to come on here so we could just talk about ball, talk about the state of just traveling fans and everything of that nature, man. I appreciate you 100% coming on here, man. And please don't have, if you're free, I definitely will be calling out to you to say, hey, man, you gotta come up on here, man.
I appreciate it, man. And before I go, I always gotta say my trademark saying.
Go ahead, man. Shoot.
You rep it hard, or you don't rep it at all. Rally Captain, and I'm out.
Most definitely. As always, guys, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders.
The Commanders.
Peace.